I mean, one of the most valuable pieces of what we do is we are a third party doing the service, right? We're not a W 2 employee of them. And if you get into a regulatory bind, let's say, OSHA, you did something and you got fined. They're going to require you to hire a third party to take care of whatever training or whatever you need to do. They're not going to say you can do it in house. When you agree with them of what you're going to do after you pay your fine, that's going to be a third party. And what I have, so originally we would run into, hey, we have a guy, like we're good. Well, what did that mean? We have a guy. A lot of times it meant they had a superintendent that had worked there for a long time and he was smart and was safe, right? Understood the business. So they made him safety director. No real reason other than those, longevity reasons. Nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of nice safety directors out there today. But what happens is the CEO, the CFO, whoever really doesn't know the role of what we do or what should be expected of that person. Okay. Because unless you do it at a high level yourself, you don't know. Right. That's why, an agency president was a salesman and worked their way up. Right. They know the business. They know what expectations to have. There are a whole lot of things that you need to do annually, semi-annually, per job that just don't get done because they don't have the resources. And a lot of what we've been able to do is be that resource. So if you need a specialized training to work on this one job, poof, we can do it and get it done for you at a high level. Whereas maybe your in-house person or your team is not comfortable doing training. I mean, I know companies that spend $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 a year, and they don't have one person I would hire on my team. Okay. And that's not arrogant. That's just don't think you've got what we want out of our safety professionals. Not bad, but just saying you have a guy or, hey, we got a new safety manual. We just got one 5 or 6 years ago. Well, there's been 3 or 4 things that you've needed to change in the last couple of years that are new requirements that you can get in trouble on. And it's not hard work for us. It's just we're experts at it. So it's easier for us to get it done. I believe that thinking you're good because nothing bad has happened is like the major issue. So the absence of bad things happening does not equal safety. And bad things or insurance losses, whatever you want to call it, because a safety issue becomes an insurance issue really quick, right? It's an injury, employees out of work, rates go up, all that. I think thinking you're good because nothing bad has happened, or hey, we had a guy die, but it was in 1985, and that was the last one. We're not worried. We've been doing pretty good. Well, what's pretty good mean? And so that's we're doing a lot of education when we're dealing with our new clients. Our clients we've had for a number of years now, they get it. And what it is what we're offering for them is like, it's like sleep insurance, they know it's handled because I think in the contracting space, especially, it's a sport, man. New jobs, the job changes every day. You got to be able to move with it. And I heard a line. It was actually from a NASCAR safety professional, and it was safety is not a journey. It's not a destination. You're never going to get there. You're never going to completely be safe and be like, we're safe, we're good, we don't have to worry about it. You have to worry about it every day. New hires, new personnel, back to personnel. Think about the personnel in a construction company. We had a construction client that had a huge job. They had about a 50-man crew. They did 200 W-2s in a year. That's a lot. And a lot of bad things can happen. And most bad things happen to people in that first 90 days of employment. And today, we're seeing a less skilled workforce at a younger age. Not a knock on younger people. It's just less people do their own things now, right? I grew up doing things with my papa and my dad. And we're just kind of seeing less and less of that. Less people come out with skill and knowledge. And so that's a danger. Doesn't mean don't hire them and train them, but we need to put a little more effort into them. So again, that absence of something bad happening does not mean you're good. I always say it's all good until somebody dies. And then everybody gets real serious real quick. Yeah. And everybody gets real, someone gets their arm cut off or the most devastating thing happens. And then you're like, oh, what do we do? Yep. I'd much rather be in a position of, hey, due to doing all of these things in the past number of years, we're in a position to aggressively attack that situation.
Yep.
Doesn't mean
Right.
just manage it. We've got to manage it. And if you don't know how to manage, or you don't have a resource to go out to, it's difficult. And I feel for these companies that get in that situation.